So today is an exciting day in my apartment decorating process because I'm going to be hanging some custom artwork that was created just for me. I've never owned custom artwork, let alone owned custom artwork that was created specifically for me and my vibe. But thanks to my Uncle Dennis, hi Uncle Dennis, he watches all of my videos. Thanks to my Uncle Dennis, I get to adorn my apartment with a couple pieces of his original work. My Uncle Dennis is a legitimate artist, and so to say that I am utterly honored that he took the time to create these pieces for me would be an understatement. So Uncle Dennis, thank you so much for these. What a special gift, and I'm gonna do my best to do them justice. In today's video, I'm gonna take you along with me as I hang these beauties up and figure out how I might want to decorate around them. Basically, it's a matter of figuring out how do I honor these in my apartment in the best way possible. And if you're new here, my name is Steffi and this is Hilo. And on this channel, I talk about apartment styling, cozy things, and the joys of living alone. So if you're into that kind of thing, consider subscribing. If not for me, subscribe for Hilo. She deserves a subscribe, right? So first, to give you a little bit of background on my Uncle Dennis, really, I've been surrounded by his artwork my entire life. His original pieces have graced the walls of my parents' home for my whole life. So it's very meaningful and feels like a major life event that I now own an original Dennis Jory. And I feel like they're extra special because Dennis typically draws, he uses pencil, by the way, he typically draws in a lot of neutrals and earth tones, a lot of warm browns. And this time he kind of deviated from his typical color palette into the more dark and moody, dramatic vibe. So I think it's really cool that like my decor inspired these pieces, and then in turn, these pieces are going to participate in my decor. It's like this cycle of creativity. And speaking of creativity, that is what one of the pieces is specifically about. He called it the goddess Steffiana, the goddess of creativity. So of course he's riffing on ancient Greek, Roman mythology and basically invented a goddess after me. And then the other one he created is the god of wine. Wow, it's like overwhelming to try to even like say how grateful I am. Like he meticulously drew this with colored pencil. I mean, imagine how much patience and dexterity that takes. I mean, it's very cool. And I really feel like with this one especially, he's captured the drama that dwells within my soul. It's like a visual representation of everything inside me. And Dennis saw right through me and saw her. So now I am going to hang these up and figure out how I could potentially decorate around them. I think I'm gonna have to get some new things. Like, okay, I'm gonna hang them in my entryway. So that means I'm gonna need to get like maybe a new console table or bench or something, because I don't want these to just sort of be floating on their own on this big blank wall. So I'm gonna eventually have to start shopping for something to sort of anchor them. But for today, I'm gonna use I might use my console table that's in my bedroom just to sort of give me an idea of what I could buy and how I could possibly decorate. It's like a little test run is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take you through that. So if you want some entryway decor inspo, that's what I'm gonna be exploring in this video. And really the entryway, in my mind, is the best place for these pieces, because since they are so meaningful and from someone I love so much, I want them to be the first thing I see when I walk into the apartment. Like, I want to be greeted by them. And they'll be the powerful sentries standing guard at the entrance of my apartment, only allowing those worthy into the space. Fiona Apple formerly had this job in my studio apartment, and I definitely loved having her scowling face be the thing that greets me upon entrance. But now she's passing on the torch to these pieces. So now I'm going to hang them up and start to experiment with how I could possibly decorate around them. So even though this console table is gonna go back into the bedroom, what this does is it helps me judge the height at which I should hang these, because whatever I end up getting, there is at least a decent chance that it will be a comparable size to this. Like if I did get a standard console table. So when I don't have anything permanent right now, what this does is at least it makes it so I'm not going in blind, you know? So now I'm gonna go ahead and hang these up. All right, so now they are up. So that means it's time for me to start playing around with how I could possibly style around them. I'll be using pieces of decor that I already own, because again, this is just to sort of give me an idea of the possible direction I could go to when I actually do buy some stuff for my entryway. I mean, one thing's for sure, an industrial console table, it's not the right vibe for those two pieces. Something more like my black gothic sort of console table behind my couch would be better, but I'm keeping that there for sure. Like, I'm not gonna move that into the entryway because it's just too perfect in the living room, especially now that I have my dark floral wallpaper up, which I will reveal in my next video. I'll give you just a tiny little sneak peek. Oh, that's all you get. So yeah, my black console table is staying there. So I will eventually, like I said, have to buy something industrial. Just is not, it's not right with my Uncle Dennis's pieces. So not sure what I'm gonna end up doing. But again, this is about experimentation right now. This is about using what I have currently to help me sort of brainstorm what I could do in the future. And I think that's a good tip for when you're decorating. Just use things that you already have, even if you don't plan on sticking with them. Like even if you just remove them immediately, by using decor that you already own, it helps you sort of envision what direction you could go in. It can help you figure out what works, what doesn't work, and it basically just makes it so you have this stuff straight in your head before you buy anything, thus increasing the chances of buying the right thing for you and the space. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start rummaging through my decor that I have and see if I can make something pretty. So I definitely zeroed in on these yellow stems because I'm thinking these will pick up on the little gold moments in Dennis's pieces and just kind of highlight the gold. You know what I mean? Repetition of color. I love to do it. Now it's time to choose a vase for these pretty yellow babies. And I have this one. This one's probably too small. It's this amber thing. And then this one might actually be really quite perfect because, first of all, my mom got it for me. So it'd be like both my mom and Uncle Dennis collaborating with each other in a sense. And plus it has the gold with the dark. So it could be perfect for Dennis's art. What do you think, Hilo? Which flowers would you choose? Oh, she's just gonna go back in her own little secret garden. Secret faux garden. And I just remembered that we have my Aunt Flo right here. If you'll remember, I had her hanging up in my studio apartment. She is my great aunt Florence, who was an actress and a dancer in the 1930s. And this is one of her glamorous photographs. And how perfect would it be to have her next to Dennis's art? I guess I'm really just making this into a bit of a family affair, aren't I? My mom's side of the family is about to basically have a shrine dedicated to them. Okay, so now I'm gonna start experimenting. Actually, these could be pretty too. Oh boy. So from here, it's just a matter of layering things. Obviously, this by itself looks totally random and looks like I just forgot to move it someplace. But now I just need to find some little things to flesh this out, you know? This is basically a skeleton of styling that needs some pretty flesh. You have the backbone of the visual scene, and then now it's time for the flesh. How much further can I take this weird body skeleton metaphor? Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So there you have it, my entryway decor featuring Uncle Dennis's beautiful pieces. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? And what do you think I should buy? Because again, this is temporary. This is like a mock-up, you know? So what do you think I should buy for this entryway to pair with Dennis's pieces? Let me know.